Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news, all right, Lions fans. Get ready because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the biggest moves we've seen in recent NFL history, especially for our beloved team. Rumors are swirling around that the Cleveland Browns are seriously considering trading Myles Garrett to Detroit in what could be a blockbuster deal. Now I know it sounds almost too good to be true, but the sources, including respected insiders like Adam Schefter, are indicating that the Browns, fresh off a disappointing 4-13 season and missing the playoffs, are looking to shake things up big time. And Garrett, a game wrecker on that Browns defense, could be wearing Honolulu blue sooner rather than later. Let's break down what this could mean. Garrett, at 30 years old, is still in his prime as one of the most dominant edge rushers in the league. In 2025, he played all 17 games, racking up a mind-blowing 82 tackles, including 52 solos and leading the league with 5 sacks. Not only that, but he also had 20 tackles for loss, 5 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and an overall PFF grade of 92. 5, the top among all edge defenders. His pass rush grade of 93. 8, an EPA per pressure of -0. 42 show how disruptive he is on every snap. Garrett is a true predator off the edge, relentless in his pursuit of the quarterback, capable of tearing through pockets and creating chaos. If he joins the Lions, it's like adding a turbocharged engine to our front seven. Now let's look at the context. Cleveland, after a rough season, is in rebuild mode. They're facing a tight cap situation with about $12 million in space, which is limiting their options. The team is prioritizing extensions for Chubb and trying to rebuild their defense after giving up 29 points per game last season. Garrett, who's due for a hefty extension costing around $28 million, could be a cap casualty that helps the Browns free up room to build a younger, more flexible defensive line. It's a classic case of a team deciding to move on from a star to facilitate a total rebuild, similar to how the Cardinals traded Watt in 2023, which gave them a big boost in pressures and overall pass rush productivity. So what does this mean for the Lions? Well, it's huge. Our pass rush, which was pretty pedestrian last year with just 28 sacks, could see a seismic upgrade. The addition of Garrett could add over 16 sacks to our total, pushing us toward elite levels of pressure and disruption. That's a game changer. Increased pressure on the quarterback means fewer yards allowed per pass. We're talking about dropping from around 230 yards per game to maybe under 190. That's a massive difference. It also means more turnovers, more sacks, and more quick 3-and-outs. Think about how Bosa's impact with the 49 errs led to an 18% increase in stops last year. Garrett could do that and more for Detroit. The impact on our offense would be just as significant. With a more consistent and dominant pass rush, Jared Goff would get more time in the pocket, allowing him to execute plays more efficiently. It could translate into an increase of around 4 points per game, boosting us from 23 to roughly 27 points. That might not sound like much, but in the NFL, it's everything. Plus, our front seven would become a true nightmare for opposing RBs and blockers. Think about Gibbs, who's already a threat, now facing a line that includes Garrett, Hutchinson, and the rest of our talented front. It's like adding a Hall of Famer to an already dangerous unit, elevating the Lions' defense to a whole new level. This kind of talent infusion, especially on the edge, could help us dominate in crucial matchups and make a serious run deep into the playoffs. Now I want to highlight how this could affect our Super Bowl ambitions. The odds, which were sitting at around +9-0 for the Lions to lift the trophy, could drop significantly, possibly to +3, 500, or even better. Think about it. With Garrett's presence, our chances of winning become much more realistic. He's a proven game changer, and his playoff experience, combined with the Lions' young core, could turn us into a legitimate contender. The impact on the NFC North is just as important. With Garrett on our side, our battles against the Bears and other division rivals would be even more intense. He would be a key factor in those cold-weather battles, giving us an edge that could tip the division in our favor for years to come. Of course, such a move isn't just about the immediate impact. It's about setting a tone and establishing a new standard for the Lions. We've been building something special here, drafting well, developing young talent like Hutchinson and Gibbs, and now, adding a player like Garrett could be the final piece to push us into true championship contention. Our defense would transform into a fortress, capable of shutting down any opponent, and our offense would benefit from the extra possessions and field position that come from a dominant pass rush. Now, let's talk about the big picture. This potential trade signals that the Lions are not just content with being playoff contenders. They want to be Super Bowl favorites. The front office's willingness to pull this trigger shows a clear commitment to winning now, knowing that adding Garrett could be the catalyst that takes us from good to great. Imagine the roar of the Ford Field crowd, knowing that our defense now features one of the league's most feared pass rushers. It's a recipe for success, a strategic move that could redefine our future. The Lions have been climbing steadily, and with this kind of talent infusion, we could finally break through that glass ceiling and reach Super Bowl LXI. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL, and trades of this magnitude come with their risks and uncertainties. But for us, as Lions fans, it's about dreaming big and believing in the possibility. Garrett's presence would not only bolster our defense, but also send a message across the league that Detroit is serious about competing at the highest level. And if everything falls into place, if the deal gets done, watch out. Because the Lions could be on a path to glory that might just end in that elusive Super Bowl victory we've been craving for decades. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're on the cusp of something big, and I couldn't be more excited to share it all with you. Let's keep that passion burning bright because the Lions are getting ready to roar louder than ever, and this potential move could be the start of a new era of dominance. So buckle up, Lions fans. Big things are coming, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes us.